Hello, everybody. At this time, we are talking about personality. A personality is the thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that make a person unique. Some examples of personality traits are agreeableness, openness, and extroversion. While many theories of personality claim that personality is fixed, we know now it can change over time. Genetics and environment influence personality traits along with your personal experiences, your culture, community, and early childhood also influence your psychological development. And then, where does personality come from? Why individuals develop the personalities they do, and how much someone's personality typically changes over time are some of the biggest questions in personality psychology. Science provides some answers, but there is still plenty of room for debate and exploration. Genetics partly helps to account for differences in personality traits, but other influences certainly play a role. A range of theories of personality have been proposed to explain what personality is and why individuals become who they are, with some focusing more heavily than others on potential non-genetic factors such as a person's taking on new social roles. Despite its day-to-day stability, personality can change in the long term, potentially to a substantial degree over the course of a person's life. Research suggests that people tend to show signs of increasing maturity, including, for instance, increased social sensitivity in their personality, less scores as they grow older. It may often be possible to deliberately change aspects of one's own personality by making a repeated effort to behave differently. And then we move to the impact of personality on life. The first impact, well being and relationships. Personality traits play a crucial role in overall well being and the quality of relationships. For example, individuals with high levels of extraversion often experience higher levels of happiness and satisfaction in life, partly because the social nature helps them build a supportive network of friends and family. Conversely, individuals high in neuroticism may struggle with negative emotions more frequently, potentially affecting their mental health and the quality of their interpersonal relationships. And then, second, coping with stress and professional success. Personality significantly affects how we cope with stress and navigate challenges. Individuals who are resilient, optimistic, and possess high emotional stability tend to manage stress more effectively, viewing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. This adaptive approach to stress protects mental health and fosters resilience, helping individuals bounce back from adversity. And then we move to personality characteristics. The first characteristic, consistency. There is generally a recognizable order and regularity to behaviors. Essentially, people act in the same way or in similar ways in a variety of situations. And then, second, affects behaviors and actions. Personality not only influences how we move and respond in our environment, but it also causes us to act in certain ways. And then, third, both psychological and psychological. Personality is a psychological construct, but research suggests that it is also influenced by biological processes and needs. And then, fourth, multiple expression. Personality is displayed in more than just behavior. It can also be seen in our thoughts, feelings, close relationships, and other social interactions. And then we move to the factors that influence personality. The first factor, genetics, which plays a role in shaping personality. And then second, media, exposure to television, the internet, and other media influences personality development. And then third, family, parents, family dynamics, and the home environment influence personality development. And then fourth, community, societal norms and expectations impact personality expression. And then fifth, culture, a person's systems of beliefs, language, values, and religion shapes personality. And then sixth, education, formal learning experiences contribute to personality development. And then does your personality change over time? Scientists have found that personalities change and develop across the lifespan, but this happens rather slowly. For example, as we grow up, most people become more agreeable. We also know that life and work experiences can lead to changes in personality. If you have a successful career, this may increase your conscientiousness score, especially, and lower your neuroticism score, for instance. Finally, there is some evidence that people can choose to change their personalities by altering their behaviors to try and reach their personality goals. This is great news if you have always wished you were a bit more talkative or less anxious than you currently are. It turns out that you might be able to do something about it. And then we move to personality types A, B, C, and D. The fourth personality types were initially identified by Hippocrates in ancient Greece. They were then redefined by two cardiacs who noticed dramatic differences in types of behaviors. The first type A. These people tend to be competitive, aggressive, hostile, and more likely to have health issues. And then second, type B. This type of person tends to be more relaxed and patient and is less likely to have health issues. And then third, type C. This type is more precise, logical, and detail-oriented. And then fourth, type D. This personality type has a tendency to be pessimistic and anxious. These personality types might be helpful for making sense of general behavior patterns, but people can exhibit traits of more than one personality type. And that is enough. Thanks for watching.